Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to my Robinhood portfolio. Today I thought I'd talk about high yield ETFs. This comes in response to a viewer on the channel writing, not sure if you've made a video on this, but can I get some good high yield ETFs to look at? That's my next investment sector. So I thought I'd take a look at a few different ETFs here, high yield ETFs, and by high yield we're talking 4 to 6%. Anything greater than that is very, very high risk. Very, very unsustainable over the long term, but anywhere around 4, 5, 6% for an ETF is very, very good. In the past, I've talked extensively about SPHD, one of my favorite high-quality, high-dividend ETFs. Has a lot of blue-chip, high-quality companies in that particular ETF, and it's quite unique in that it has a monthly dividend payment. That's quite rare among ETFs. So please take a look at those prior videos. But today, I thought I'd take a look at some very unique ETFs that could complement any portfolio, any investor's portfolio. These stocks are, PFXF, IDV, and SHYG. So 3 very unique stocks and a little bit different than the stocks I have, ETFs I have currently in the portfolio. Those are typically blue chip company ETFs from iShares, Vanguard, some of the very large investment houses. But I want to take a look at some other maybe unknown or unique ETFs that maybe investors don't know about. So the first one here is PFXF. And this is a little bit different because this has preferred securities. And preferred securities are sort of a unique class of stock. They represent ownership in a corporation that has a higher claim on assets and earnings than a common stock. And they typically don't have voting rights. So they're kind of a hybrid between a stock and a bond, if you will. Because again, they have some stock-like traits. They can be traded on the stock exchange just like a stock, but they typically don't represent overt ownership in a company like a stock does. Again, with the voting rights and some other aspects. And when a company is liquidated, if it went into bankruptcy, typically preferred stock owners are the ones that get compensated first with any holdings in a company. So this particular fund here, the PFXF and EC, Vectors Preferred Securities, X Financials ETF, this is an index intended to track the overall performance of U.S.-listed preferred securities, excluding those with a financial sector classification, including sectors like Wells Fargo, securities judgment, are typically equivalent to preferred securities, such as convertible securities, depository preferred securities, perpetual subordinated debt. So a lot of kind of esoteric terms within the financial community. The key point is that this has preferred securities within this particular ETF. It's got a it's got an okay expense ratio, 0.5. That's a little bit higher than some of the Vanguard funds I have typically invested in the past. If we take a look at the other stats here, market cap, a very, very small ETF here, 481 million for the market cap. A lot of the other ETFs I have invested in are in the billions. We can see that great dividend yield down on the bottom there, 5.893. So very, very good. If we take a look at some of the graphs here over the past 1 year, it's up 1.97%. Over the last 5 years, it's up 30.22%. So not a lot of growth, but again, a very, very good dividend yield, 5.893. So this would be more tailored to investors looking for some income growth rather than growth from the value of the stock. So definitely income oriented with this particular ETF, but kind of unique in that it has preferred securities. I don't have any other holding in my portfolio that has preferred securities incorporated within that. And then some of the top holdings are Becton Dickinson and Company, T-Mobile, Nextera, American Tower Corporation, Dominion, Kinder Morgan. Some very, very unique stocks here that, again, are not your typical blue chip stocks that are in some of the other very large ETFs. A very unique stock here, preferred security stock. The second stock here, another very unique stock as well. This is IDV. This is iShares International Select Dividend ETF. And this has relatively high dividend payment here as well, 5.191. This has a lot of non-U.S. developed market securities. Some of the bigger holdings here would be AstraZeneca. I think a lot of UK stocks here, some Australian stocks, some from Europe as well. France, Italy, Sweden, some Hong Kong stocks as well. AstraZeneca, Royal Dutch are the 2 top holdings from the UK. Then you have Commonwealth Bank of Australia, VTech Holdings, Hong Kong, Casino Pecaron from France, Total SA France as well. So some international stocks here, 5.191 dividend yield, a much larger stock than PFXF there. You can see market cap is 4.56 billion, so very large stock here. And over the last 1 year here, a little bit more growth, 13.45%. Over the last 5 years, 32.23%. But again, less focused on growth and more on income here. Again, 5.191 for the dividend yield. And the expense ratio for this particular stock is okay as well. I believe it's 0.43% if I remember correctly. And it trades at a slight discount as well, 0.01% in the negative. So not a bad stock to take a look at. Again, a little bit more unique than some of the other traditional stocks I've held in my portfolio, blue chip stocks. These have a lot of international stocks from Europe, the UK, as well as Australia and Hong Kong. And the last stock here, SHYG. This is focusing on a little bit different type of security. This is an iShares 0 to 5 year high yield corporate bond ETF. So short-term corporate bonds. There is quite a bit of dividend yield here, quite a bit of income, 5.627% dividend yield, very large holding as well, 3.20 billion for the market cap. You can see again, much more oriented towards income. So 6.83% growth over the past 1 year. Over the past 5 years, 15.8%. You can see this is a relatively new holding as well from, looks like the fall of 2013 or so. So some of the top holdings with this particular entity: Ali Financial, Navient, HCA, Tenet Healthcare Corporation, Dish Corporation, Freeport, Sprint Communications, Valiant. So again, some of the lesser known companies, sort of mid-cap companies, holding their corporate debt. So very unique ETF here. So it's a bond-oriented ETF here, an international iShares fund here, focused on mainly Europe as well as Australia and Hong Kong. And then a preferred stock ETF here as well, PFXF. Again, all high yield. And talking about high yield, less than 6%, but very quality yield that can be sustained over the long term. So again, PFXF, 5.893%, IDV, 5.19%, and SHYG, 5.627%. Very unique stocks here, and they can complement some of your more traditional stocks like SPHD that have more of your blue chip type of companies. So yeah, just wanted to kind of go over that based on a viewer comment. Please let me know if you guys think these are worthwhile getting into. Again, they are rather unique. 3 different types of stocks: preferred stocks, overseas, foreign securities from Europe and Australia. So they should be a little bit more sustainable than some of the other emerging markets funds. And then SHYG, corporate bond fund. Again, 3 different ETFs that I do not have exposure to in my portfolio. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of those. If you have held those or not, please let me know as well. And yeah, kind of with that, I'll end the video. As always, if you guys enjoy my videos, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely appreciate all of your support on my videos. Again, if you guys have any great viewer comments, any questions, let me know. This was based on a viewer comment wanting to get into some ETFs, some high-yield ETFs, and then looking at some very unique different types of ETFs that don't have your traditional blue chip S&P 500 companies. So yeah, kind of with that, I'll end the video, and we'll see you guys next time.